Let us go to the great Joe Pyfer, who is returning to action on June 7th in New Jersey against Kelvin Gastelum. We were supposed to get this fight a couple months ago. We're getting it next weekend, come hell or high water. There he is, Joe. You left me at the altar there for a second. What happened?
Oh man, I know. Can you see me still?
You look fantastic.
Oh, okay. Somebody just gave me a call, so now my screen's like off.
Oh, no.
Oh no, my screen's back. All right, cool. Yeah, man. So this was supposed to happen, and it didn't, and it was very unfortunate. And
Are you talking about your fight with Kelvin or coming on the show at 2:30?
I was talking about the fight with Kelvin.
Oh, okay.
The show, man. I literally woke up in a panic. Yeah,
no, it's all good.
A bunch of missed calls. I literally was supposed to take my nap, and I was late.
All good. By the way, you look fantastic. The hair is really coming in.
I know it's all messy right now, but yeah, man, it's a little bit thin, but it came in nice.
Are you happy with it? Would you recommend this?
Yeah, man. If you guys are really, into your hair like that and you care about your looks, it's definitely. I went to Now Hair Time out in Turkey, Istanbul, and it was
Look at that.
That's actually a great side by side. I can't be upset with that. I look like I was in prison on the left, and I look like I came out a Christian on the right. So
when I see those pictures of the guys on the plane, like with their head bleeding and stuff, it just looks like a miserable experience. How long does it take to actually get back to 100%?
Yeah, man. So I fought Mark like 4 months after I got it done, or 5 months after I got it done. Marc-Andre Barrios, my last fight.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's painful, man. I remember doing the training and everything, and even 4 months after, my head was still so raw and tender that if somebody even like bopped me in the forehead, I remember I was in pain like crazy. But so it's definitely a painful process. I mean, you don't feel it during after they put 35 anesthesia needles in your head. That's the painful part. But afterwards, you don't feel it. And then, yeah, I mean, those first couple of days are kind of rough. You can't even it feels like your head got burned.
Wow.
So definitely a rough experience. I didn't prep myself at all. I never looked up the procedure. I never knew anything about it. It's just my coach got offered it. I got offered it. And we were like, all right, fuck it. Let's go.
And here you are, living your best life. Looking forward to seeing you back in there. Of course, running this one back from a couple of months ago. How are you feeling, by the way? Because that was the big story. No ill effects, right, from everything you experienced over there?
No, now I'm okay, man. But honestly, the first 3 weeks after, my stomach was still really messed up. And
wow.
I mean, man, the worst I've ever been sick in my life. Between basically shitting water out of your ass to vomiting profusely for a couple of days, and then having a fever on top of it, and it was just, trust me, man. If I could have fought, I would have, and I've never not fought. I mean, I fought Jack Hermanson after having pneumonia the whole camp, and then I had 2 staph infections going in there, and I still fought. So like, if I can fight, I will, and that was just not a situation I could fight, man.
Ultimately,
I wasn't going to become a meme of, poopy pants Pyfer, as they call me now.
Oh my gosh. Who's calling you that?
All the fucking turds on the internet, man. It's great.
Ultimately, was it just like food poisoning? Did you
I have no idea. We can only assume.
Yeah.
But maybe that Montezuma's revenge type deal. I don't know if that's an actual illness, but essentially I had a fever.
Did you drink the water?
No. So, bro, I got sick the second day I was there, and then I was fine. And, I threw up, had basically shit my brains out, and then I was fine. And I was there for 15 days. But I slept in a tent. I acclimated. I felt good. My muscles felt good and everything. I didn't feel fatigue. The air was a little thick, but I still felt really good. And then after the weigh-ins, the face-off and everything, me and my manager, we go to the one hotel, like where all the athletes were staying, and he was like, dude, I've been here with my family, stop being a baby, you'll be fine. And I trust him, and it's not his fault, obviously, but we went there, and all I had was like a tiny margarita pizza with no cheese. It was like real thin crust, and then I had, I think, maybe even a quarter plate of like a tiny plate of lasagna. Whatever those two were, man, wrecked me.
Wow.
So I don't know if they boil their pasta without filtered water or bottled water, I don't know if that's how I got sick, but come on, man. I ain't that dumb to drink the water.
Yeah, all
So,
right, man. I don't know. Maybe brushing your
yeah.
teeth in the shower. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even do that because that's what everybody said. Like, you
Right.
can't take any chances at all. So, unfortunately, it wasn't my time to fight, man. It sucked.
Afterwards, you said you'll never go back to Mexico. Do you still feel that way?
Yes.
This upset a lot of people, as you know. A lot of people felt like, oh, here's this American talking bad about our country. What did you think of the reaction?
I mean, look at it this way, man. I don't have to go into specifics, but if the country was so great, we wouldn't have so many problems. So at the end of the day, what I said was misconstrued. I said if that's what fighting in that country is, then F that place, it's a shithole, and then so on and so forth. I don't understand why we would risk fighting there. The risk is so great, bro. I got sick twice. I didn't get sick once. I got sick twice. And I never said anything about it. And then my whole team there's people that still have side effects. I'm pretty sure Mark Montoya is one of the guys. DC went on and said, man, my stomach was messed up. I hate that place. Nobody gave him shit for it. I'm a little bit more unapologetic, man. It's nothing towards the people. The people were fine. I had nothing to say bad about the people. It's just as far as fighting there, fighting at that elevation, fighting at that altitude. Like, why would I risk that? And yeah, I'm salty. I don't care how that makes other people feel because I'm the one that lost. Kelvin lost. Like, we didn't get the fight. I lost 25 grand going out there. I'm not a top 10 guy making crazy money yet, and an opportunity got taken away from me. Unfortunately, it's nobody's fault but mine, right? So, and the fact that I traveled outside the country, which I said I wouldn't do. So, yeah, I stand on what I say, man. I don't like it as far as fighting there, and yeah, I don't have to. I don't have to retract that statement. I know
Yeah.
it didn't make people happy, but yeah, this is my career, and I'm the one that got bent over at the end of the day and didn't get to make any money or fight.
I think it was revealed afterwards that Kelvin said he was compensated a little bit for not fighting. Were you compensated?
Nope.
No.
No, and that's the other part, right? How is that not frustrating? I cut more weight than that dude does. I cut weight. I slept in a tent on a floor. I did all the right things in preparation, and everybody, is taking shots at me. And I will say, part of, my nasty reaction to it, should I have said it was a shithole? No. Should I have said, suck my dick? No, I shouldn't have said that. But I said it. It is what it is. It wasn't towards the people. But it's very disheartening, which I had to, again, it's another phase of the sport. I'm in tears, upset that I don't get to fight. And, I go online and everybody's like, well, we hope you die. We hope the cartel kills you. We hope your plane crashes. We hope
Oh,
you,
jeez.
and like people said a lot of foul shit, So, yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like I fight my ass off. I come out there to go for the finish. I don't come out here for decision wins and, to get treated like that. Nah, fuck it.
One last thing on all this. How was the flight home? I was thinking about that. Like, was that a disaster? Was that a nightmare?
So they got me an IV right away. I got two IVs, and it held me over from vomiting. But I had to go to the bathroom a couple times, and it's just like I said, man.
No
It was
fun.
like water coming out of your ass. It was terrible, and like it's like when you got to go, you got to go. I couldn't fight like that, bro. He would have slapped me, and I would have shit myself. Like,
Wow.
so yeah, the flight home sucked. Yeah, it sucked, man. Everything about that situation just sucked. It was like a nightmare, to be honest. It really was.
Well,
And
that.
it was very unfortunate because I had like 15 people that I flew out there.
Oh,
We were eye deep everywhere we go, and nothing happened.
now you get to fight as close to home as possible, right? Now you're in Jersey. You've not fought in Jersey since joining the UFC. It's been a while for you. Were you happy that they ran it back with Kelvin, or were you looking for something else?
No, I was scared that I wasn't going to be able to run it back with him, man. I think this is a great opportunity for me. I think this fight is, kind of like one of them layups for me to, really perform. And it's no discredit to him. I have respect for him, and I haven't heard him say anything to my knowledge of him like talking shit, or I'd have a different demeanor. But I think he's been respectful. I think I've been respectful of him, and I've trained my ass off for him. So when I found out he agreed, that was the scare. They were like, he doesn't have to accept it type deal. So I was very relieved when they gave me the date and it was far enough out because, like I said, I had complications that first month. with my stomach still, and it really sucked. So and the fact that it's I'm only an hour and 20 minutes from where I live, yeah, I can't beat that. That's amazing.
I thought maybe they would do Joe Pyfer versus Jeremy Stevens.
That man, bro. Listen, he was coming to Philly, called us all retards and all this shit. So I hopped on the mic and I was with, he said Sean Brady said, Sean didn't say shit. And he was just laughing. And I was like, man, let's make it fun. Like, I'll go talk some shit. And I made a joke about his hair, obviously, because I got fucking hair, but he took it so to heart. And then I said, if you have a problem, we can handle it. And I stood right next to Sean in the back. We were shoulder to shoulder. And I'm looking at him. Dude didn't look at me, didn't acknowledge my existence or anything. And then I DM'd him, he never answered. And then he comes out with all this like tough guy shit. And I'm like, bro, you're a fraud, dude. Like, you're a good fighter. And I even said he might beat Eddie just because he's very durable. He hits hard. But he got all butt hurt. So fuck that guy.
He made a song, right?
Yeah, he made a shitty ass. I mean, let me take that back. I thought it was kind of good, and I thought it was kind of funny, so I liked it. But yeah, he made a whole diss fucking track on the day he fought Mason Jones, and then proceeded to get his ass whooped. Tough, good fight. I enjoy watching him fight. He's a good fighter, but yeah, he's kind of dookie when it comes to his record in the UFC. So.
By the
You
way,
shouldn't be making diss tracks. You should be worrying about getting your skills better and not losing your fucking fights instead of dissing Joe Pyfer because he made fun of you in a pretty friendly manner.
what did the DM say? Like, was it to try to bury the hatchet, or was it?
Nah, I just told him he was a pussy for going out after the fight and like running his mouth telling me I could suck his balls or whatever. And I was like, you can suck my balls, bro. I was like, at the end of the day, when I was there, you had a chance to say something to me. You wouldn't even look at me. So who's the real tough guy? It's not like I was going to fight Jeremy Stevens. He's a fucking 145er. I'd crush that dude. But, you know, yeah, he could have had a conversation. I would tell him, yeah, I'm just busting your balls, bro. Like, just having fun. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't anything that deep, and then he made it deep. So I was like, yeah, you're a pussy, dude. You talk all that shit, and then when you're face to face, you didn't even want to look at me. I don't care how afraid of a guy I was, or if somebody had talked shit. If you run your mouth about me and I felt some type of way, you're gonna know it. Big, small, doesn't matter who you are. This dude wouldn't even look at me. So, dude's a cornball.
What did you think of the event? Did you enjoy that event, the BKFC event in Philly? Other than the main event result with Eddie losing, it just seemed like an incredible time.
I mean, I enjoyed it, even Eddie's fight. Like, that's the fight game, right?
Yeah.
We win, we lose, whatever. But I thought it was great, man. It was super fun. Um, you know, it it's the promotion's on its way up, so I think some things were a little corny, but overall, man, the entertainment, you can't beat it. It's super fun. They're fast paced. Like there's a lot of action. There was tons of crazy knockouts. Like one dude got spun around like a fucking clock. It was sick. I enjoyed it. I really did, and I hope they keep doing it, man. But I hope more so that after I handle business with Kelvin, I hope the UFC puts on a Philly card for us, man, at
Okay.
Wells Fargo, because it was a fucking great atmosphere.
What's the dream scenario for you? You win in Jersey, you fight in Philly. Who are you fighting?
I don't know, but I would like to see Sean Brady get, the
Yeah.
main event for Philly and me co-main. I think that would be pretty sick. And then, obviously have the rest of us on there. We got Nursultan that's, he's an Uzbek, but he's a Philly fighter, fighting out of Philly. And you got me, Andre, Jeremiah Wells is coming back off an injury. And then you got Pat Sabatini with his, he's climbing the ranks. So I think that would be a hell of a card. But, yeah, I have a couple people in mind, and trust me, with a good win, good performance, I'll be calling them dudes out.
All right.
I just don't want to put it out in the air yet before I handle business.
I would love to see Sean Brady versus Ian Garry headline a Philly card. How do you think that fight goes? I mean, I know you're his boy, so obviously you're not going to say he's going to lose the fight, but just like how do you see it actually going?
I mean, I'm pretty honest. I think it goes one of two ways, right? It's going to go one way, right? Sean's going to march him down, and Sean's going to put him on his back, and that's the end of Ian Garry. Ian Cuckold Garry, whatever the fuck he is. I don't, whatever they're calling him. But bro, if he gets put down, it's over, man. I'm telling you, it's over. He's one of the best top pressure guys. Obviously, we've seen how he mauled Leon, and Leon's a good kickboxer, and I think Ian Garry's a better kickboxer than Leon Edwards. I think he's really good at moving. He's really good at sticking and moving, but it's one of two ways. Sean takes him down, puts him down, finishes him 100%. I just think Ian's a little too skinny. Or, he might be able to sting Sean and keep him away and really frustrate Sean. But I just don't see him having the defense for it, man. So, sure, he could catch a lucky shot, but I don't see him getting it, man. So that's how I see it. Ian stays on the outside, maybe gets a lucky shot, and is able to pick him apart and really stop Sean from getting the takedown. And that makes obviously the fight a whole lot more even. Or Sean is able to touch him up, get him to the fence, and put him down, and that's all she wrote. I promise you, the guy to finish the fight will be Sean now.
I would love to see it. Going back to your fight, what does Kelvin have left in your opinion? He's been in this game for a long time. Does he have another run left in him? Do you subscribe to that, or do you think he's on the back nine here?
I don't subscribe to it because I think it's really, first of all, yes. Could he do it? Yeah. Is it possible? Yes. Am I training for that? Yes. I think Kelvin did his best work at middleweight. And I think he's taking me seriously because of the threat that I pose. I don't think he's really he's faced obviously the best of the best, but I think there's a little bit more fear early with me because of how powerful I am with my striking. And I think there's a couple of things he's underrating, but I mean, yeah, is it possible? He's only 33. I don't think he's that old. But does he have it in him? Does he have that dog in him to keep? He's had a lot of miles on the clock. And he's had his peak, and now he's kind of in the valley, or at least heading down towards the valley. I don't really think his performances have been that great. I don't think they've been the Kelvin of old. So yeah, man, there's a lot of speculation. As far as what I'm reading into is I'm expecting the best Kelvin. I know a lot of people say that, but I really have trained my ass off immensely for this back to back. Because I don't want to fumble this opportunity, man. So yeah, I don't buy it though. I don't think that he has a little title run in him. Even if he got past me, man, I just don't see him beating any of those top guys.
You must be kind of like tired of thinking of this guy, right? Back-to-back camps.
Bro, I've literally had fucking double dreams of everything. Like every scenario, I've had a double fucking dream, and I'm just tired of picturing his fat ass fucking face in my brain every fucking day. Like, yeah. So I'm over it. I'm just ready to do the dance. I'm ready to throw down with him, man. I think it's an exciting guy. I think I'm an exciting guy, and obviously I'm the prospect. He's the vet. The last time I was out there, I didn't get to show my best self. Still put on a fight, but this one I intend to make it. I want to be the first guy to knock him out, man. Just quite frankly, I know I can do it.
Oh, did we lose you there?
Dude, everybody just keeps fucking calling me. I don't get it.
All right,
you're nuts.
This will be your first fight of 2025, and we last saw you in June, the Marc-Andre Barrio fight. You did have a grappling match end of the year last year, but this is a long stretch, right? With no serious injury or anything. Obviously, you had the pullout, but there was nothing after the Barrio fight, was there?
Yeah, there was. I had back surgery.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. My biggest enemy is myself, bro. That's why I say, like, I went into the Marc-Andre Barrio fight without doing any wrestling for the most part. Like, I would try to drill takedowns, and I would be tripping over my feet. So basically, my disc just collapsed on my nerve, and it was bone on bone. And thank God the fight went the way it did. Not to say I couldn't wrestle in that time. Like my adrenaline's there. I'm prepared. I was in shape and all that. But, shortly after that, 2 weeks, I could barely extend my left leg. I was walking like a cripple. And I had to get like immediate back surgery to, relieve it, bro, because it was terrible. So, yeah, I had to minimally be out for 6+ months. So.
Was that the type of injury that you were afraid that you might not come back? Like a back surgery is pretty serious. No?
No, because the UFC did a great job of getting me the best guy. He does all the NFL players for their back surgeries and whatnot. So they really took care of me, and I really trusted this guy. I've heard so much. I researched him, and he did a phenomenal job. I can't remember his name, but yeah. So they did the L5S1, and they basically did I don't know if it's a microdiscectomy, but it's like a 2-3 inch incision. And they went in there and they removed some bone, they removed some ligament, or whatever they cleaned up out of there to free up the nerve. And basically, I had a hole in my back for a little while. and I had to give that time to heal. And
Jeez.
it definitely was a process, man, because back is something I've always been scared of, and it's definitely not something to play games with. So yeah, I mean that's why I've been out for so long. It's almost been a year.
How's it
So
now?
imagine that it's almost been a year,
Yeah.
right? I've only had 5 fights in the UFC, and then I fucking lose money in Mexico, and everybody's shit talking me. It's like I need to fight. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
so it's like, come on, bro.
You okay now? The back okay now?
Yeah, bro, I feel good, man. I
Okay.
have no back pain. I still have stiffness and things like that, but my back's better than it's ever been. I've struggled with back pain all my life, and yeah, no, I feel great, man. I would highly recommend this surgery if possible for people, and it's just a matter of if you have good insurance for it.
What about this custom Joe Pyfer gun that I saw? Who made that?
Ah, you saw that? That's
Who,
so I'm gonna plug my boy. That's Derek Patera with SC Arms right here in Spotswood, New Jersey. It's not far from the venue. He's been my longtime sponsor, man. And so if you really look at the detail of this, I like the Joker, and I think it was obviously cool. But on the actual barrel where the reel is, he has each one of my knockouts and the dates for
oh,
it. And then he
wow.
also has on one of the other reels, like each bullet, every time you click it and pull the trigger, it shows each knockout, each date, and then each submission that I had. So, and the dates. It's pretty freaking cool. He
Wow.
has one more spot if everything goes well, next weekend, and we got that one last spot for our boy KG. So,
But then what happens when the career progresses? You just get a new one?
hell yeah, we got a new one.
Do you
We'll
use
get a
that
different
one?
one. We'll get a different one.
Do you use that, or is that one that you don't touch?
Nah, probably not gonna touch that one because I'll probably shoot it at least once because of the gun itself. I've never shot it, and it'll be fine. He does like the Cerakoting and everything, but I mean, he has and he has every gun you can get. So it's actually his. I'm actually wearing his
Look at
sweatshirt.
that. It all worked
Yeah,
out.
yeah, it's cool, man. I'm into guns. I don't go shooting nowhere near as much as I like to, but I have a bunch of guns, and he takes care of me, and yeah, he's a good friend, good supporter. He's terrible at Call of Duty though. He gonna be so upset, bro.
How
My
many
KD's better.
how many people are you having like in support of you at the event?
A lot, man, a lot. I'm gonna try and keep the circle a little smaller this time because things were a little chaotic in Mexico. We had a bunch of people. We had 3 different Airbnbs just because uh we couldn't predict what the atmosphere was going to be like out there, how big the place was, like in the pictures and stuff, but we're going to have a bunch of people, man, so it's going to be good. And the only way this thing goes bad is obviously with a loss, but even in a loss, there's something to learn. So I think we're going to have a great night next weekend, man, but we're going to have a freaking crowd, and I have to do a press conference. I don't know if that's the best idea
Why? Why?
because this fucking dude says something to piss me off.
Oh
It's
no.
it's a really good thing for me, especially going into a fight. Like confrontation's a good thing for me, and I handle it very well. But you never know what's gonna come out of my mouth, man.
So you don't like when you're all like friendly with your opponent. You like when there's friction.
Yeah, man, fuck him. He's trying to take money from me. He's
Yeah.
trying to hurt me. He's trying to punch me in my face. Like, don't try to mask it with like being a nice guy. We don't talk. We ain't friends. We shook hands or whatever, but like, when we stepped on stage, he tried to look me up and down, which was irony. It's like, all right, fat ass, let's see what you got, motherfucker. Like, you think that shit, like, I don't get intimidated, man. It just makes me like, all right, I'm going to punch a hole harder in your fucking head. So it's just, yeah, I like confrontation, man. This is fighting. You know what I mean? I don't want to be your friend. So it makes it easier when I don't have to like you.
Yeah. Have you ever
If I
actually
like you, it's a little harder for me.
has that ever happened where you actually liked your opponent and you're like, damn, I don't really want to beat this guy or hurt him?
No, nah.
Okay.
I'm a mean motherfucker in there, bro. I don't. That's I don't like anybody I'm fighting. That's just the rule. But if you give me a little extra cherry on top, let's go.
I appreciate the intensity. You're not there to play fight. You're there to go in
Nah.
there, clock in, clock out.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, I don't. This is another thing with me and Kelvin, right? He's 13-9 in the UFC. I'm 4-1, and I think he only has 3 knockouts, maybe 4. So like, I don't see him being able to outbox me, and I don't think he's gonna out wrestle me for sure. I think that's what they're really banking on, bro. He brought in like wrestlers and whatnot, but I think people really underestimate my grappling game. So I think he wants to wrestle early, and they're going to judge and think that I'm going to get tired because of my jack fight and all this shit. And it's like they don't realize everything I had going into that. And if you look at my volume in the first 2 rounds, like that's a lot to deal with, and that's a lot of power to deal with. So even if I fell off in the 3rd round, like as long as I do my job in the first 2 rounds, I'm chilling. So I think he's going to be for a pleasant surprise overall at my game.
Before it's all said and done, do you need that Jack fight back?
No, I don't. I like Jack. See, I think that would be a hard fight, and I think that was hard for me going into it, is because I kind of liked Jack. But I would love to get it back. Don't get me wrong. If the stars align, and obviously I think they just popped him out of the rankings, which I kind of think is kind of fucked up. But I get it. He's only fought one time, and he fought me, and then he had surgery and whatnot. So like I've talked to him here and there. He's wished me luck. He congratulated me after my last fight. But nah, man, I don't got to chase that back. At the end of the day, that was my welcome to I went from JV to varsity, so he gave me my ass whooping, and I had a lot to learn from it. And, one of the things was like, don't go into fights like that. If you don't feel you're 100%, which you're never going to, it's up to you to risk it. I should have been smarter with my decisions in taking the fight, regardless of money. And but nah, man, I'll get it back. Jack's a good dude, and I hope he makes it back up to the top. And if it makes sense trajectory wise, I'm still going up. He's still going up. Let's get it. Let's do it again.
By the way, I know we spoke in the past about your documentary, but I saw it's now on Roku.
Yes, it is free on Roku, and yeah, it took a little while, but our team got it done, and Alex Davis and whatnot, so they finally got it out there, and it was difficult to deal with for quite some time, but yeah, I mean, we finally got it out there, so I hope it reaches a lot of kids, man. That's the main goal with it, just to inspire some kids that had some abusive household as well. And can really inspire them to stay in sports, man. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, these are short moments when I'm doing, fighting and all this crap of people getting mad at me or, being happy for me. I only get to do the sport for so long. So I hope I can give back one day. And I hope the documentary is a big part of that.
It's a phenomenal watch. I hope everyone does check it out. It's really, really good. And I'm glad it's on a platform like that a lot more people can see it. Which is tremendous. And I'm glad you're coming back. I'm glad you're fighting close to home. Hopefully no drama this time. Hopefully no upsets.
Are you going to be there?
Am I going to be there in attendance?
Brother, why wouldn't you be? It's right down the road.
I know it is right down the road. It is. Maybe I'll be there.
You got to see me fight live once.
I know.
Man.
It will happen. Come in studio after the fight, all right?
I will. I promise I'll come in studio. I thought I saw something that you posted that you were like done with the show.
This show?
Yeah, I don't know why. I felt like I saw
what
it
happened?
At one point.
Wait, so you've not seen this show for like 7 months? We've been doing.
No, I've seen it because I saw Sean on there, and obviously I've seen you talk to a bunch of people. But we left it was like a year ago.
Yeah, we left the previous home, which was the MMA Hour, and then we started this new thing, Ariel Helwani Show. Yeah. But it's the same crew, it's the same people, it's same everything. It's just now we own it. It's our footage. It's our IP. It's our library. It's our feeds. It's our YouTube channel. We're building it back up. So no,
All right, so you don't have any HR looking over you with all the
and they listen. They think that we're toast, Sean, but we're still the bread around here. You know what I'm saying?
Sean was talking crap.
No, he was talking. Well, the thing is, like, he was like, we have. I don't know if you know about this, but we have like a guy in the back, GC, who's trying to like compete against him in a bike race. Do you know about this?
Bro, yeah, I heard it.
And Sean's
just fucking forfeit that shit.
No, Sean's kind of been ducking. It's weird.
I mean, listen, me and Sean got into a little argument the other week. He didn't say a word to me, dude, so I feel you.
Yo, he's kind of been ducking. Like we've said, we'll get you a car and we'll drive you from your home in Philly all the way here. First class service. The car will wait for you, drive you back home.
All right, ready? So here's really what it is. I'll give you my opinion.
Okay.
I know Sean pretty well. That motherfucker don't like to travel. And he got a newborn and everything. He don't want to leave home.
Yeah.
So, but if you came to the gym to do it,
he'll do
that
it.
would be.
You think we need to bring the bike to the gym?
We got what? So are you talking about a street bike? Like
no, it's like it's called an Averon. It's like a Peloton. It like
an Echo bike.
Yeah.
man, we got them at the gym. Bring him down here, and Sean will do it.
You think he'll do it? I think my guy beats him. I think it's actually not close, and I think he's afraid that like some Joe Schmo is going to beat him. That's legit. I'm not trying to sturge. I'm backing my guy.
Listen, I'm also not trying to glaze Sean because he got enough people fucking
like
his shit. But he also broke, and I'm pretty sure of this. He also has the record for the UFC's like bike workout.
Yeah, we saw that. You know, did we see footage of it, or did we see the aftermath?
What does your guy do? Is he a fucking like? What does he do? Triathlon?
Listen, I'm not giving up too much. All right, he's my guy.
All right, was he drug tested?
Well, why? Anything goes around these parts. All right. What is this?
All right, bro.
Drug-free sport?
Listen, pop into Alpha, you be all good. You know what I'm saying? Where's it at?
Yeah, by the way, do they come to your house? We were talking about this. Someone asked me about this. Does drug-free sport even come to the house? Like, do they do it like USADA used to do it? Because I feel like the whole thing is, all right.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, there was an unfortunately, yes, but no, they're still the same. They're all been super cool. It's always weird when you got a guy staring at your shit while you're trying to take a piss.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, bro, like it's necessary, and
it's as much as it was back in the day, like back in the USADA days. It's as frequent,
brother. For me, it is.
Okay.
I feel like they like my ass. They're like that boy, that boy a little thick sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right,
I'm pretty skinny right now, dude. So
it's all that throwing up and stuff from Mexico.
Yeah, the bomb. Dude, I don't know if you've ever been either. You know what I mean? Again, I just want to reiterate, like on a real note, I do want to reiterate. I have nothing towards the people. It was never towards Mexican people. I have nothing against their culture. I understand what I said came out offensive, but you have to understand it just from the fighter's perspective. If you're out there and I offended you, I apologize. It's not anything towards your people or your culture. It's just, that was my experience out in Mexico, and I politely declined to ever go back.
Fair enough. I respect.
Probably not welcome back.
or that. But hey, listen, it goes both ways. Good luck. Looking forward to it. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. And looking forward to the fight. I think it's going to be a great one. So all the best to you. Thank you, Joe.
I'll see you in studio after I win.
Deal. It's a deal.
All right, brother.
Joe Pyfer coming in studio after the fight against Kelvin Gastelum. Perhaps you can go up against Joe on the bike. I was backing you there.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm down to go against Joe. We got to go to their territory, though. We got to go all the way to their gym.
You think we should pull up?
Absolutely.
Fight Feast Philly, part deux.
Part deux. All right, yeah. If we get to go eat with Sean afterward, I'm down.
Nah, it's got to be an Averon bike. Are we gonna put the Averon bike on the back of the pickup?
Yeah, we'll get a U-Haul for it.
You can't just throw it on top, like where the luggage goes.
Is that a shot at me?
No, I mean.
Oh.
Wow.
I do like how to Joe I'm this secretive character.
Yeah,
juiced up, roided to the max, just ready to bite.
Does he do triathlons?
That's good. Let them think that. This is good. I want them to wonder. I did it again.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah,
is he on me or you're doing it on purpose?
Is he on the stuff? Is he on the gear, as they say?
Oh, I'm on the gear.
Yeah.
The bike gear.
The bike gear. You know what? I did feel that he didn't want to travel, and as someone who doesn't like to travel,
I'm not gonna lie. It feels like the steam has
left the building.
I mean, it's 4 months ago when I originally made the call out.
Yeah.
How long can I wait?
No, you're right. You're right.
I understand how Tom Aspinall feels.
Some of the greatest fights of all time have taken some time to come to fruition, though.
Yeah.
Joey P. He's got some kind of intensity to him, huh?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing you versus Joe. If Sean can't answer the bell,
I don't know if I want to go against Joe. I feel like he'd be like, oh, I fucking hate this guy now.
He'll knock your ass out.
He's trying to take money out of my pocket.
Yes.
It's like, nah, Joe, this is just a free competition. Nah, you're trying to take fucking money out of my pocket.
What a guy.
Yeah, he's an intense dude.
Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.